What is this? Come on now. Well, what is up, guys? It is Brady coming to the brand new video today. As you can tell by the title of the video, today was supposed to be a crazy cool car reveal video. And I've been trying to make this video for a few days now, but I've been working. Today was my only day off. It's like perfect. We can go ahead and get this reveal done today. Unfortunately, it is not going to be a cool reveal because you'll be able to tell in a second why I can't drive this. Let me just give you a little hint real quick. Come check this out. So the biggest thing right now is to try not and fall and die to my death. Well, you can kind of see it. Here we go. Nope, you can't. Oh, I'm sliding. I don't know if you can see, but there's some, you probably can't even see me. There's some burnt rubber on the ground. That should be a hint to my new car, but let's just go ahead and get into it. It's not gonna be fancy, but we'll show you the new car. Where she resides. You guys ready for this? Just kidding, gotcha. All right, what's up, guys? So hope you enjoyed the little goofy intro there. But I was not kidding, the snow is on the ground, and today was the day I was planning to film the car reveal. I've actually already got 2 other videos filmed for the car, and I've got some going on this weekend, and it's kind of hard since I work still. I can't really just vlog whenever I want, so this was really the only night I had to do this reveal, and unfortunately it's snowing, and you'll understand why it's an issue here in a second. But right in front of me is the new car. So say hello to my new 2003 Nissan 350. So this is it. This is my new, to me, 2003 Nissan 350Z. And basically, I'm not really gonna be giving a tour like I did when I got the WX. Since the weather's bad and it's just kind of in the garage. Today I'm gonna be explaining why I ended up selling the Subaru and decided to go with this car. So kind of the story behind this and all that. And then in a few videos when I get some nice sunny weather, we'll kind of do like a walk around of the car. But today is just gonna be kind of talking more about how I ended up with this beast. So let's go ahead and get into mode for story time. All right, so sorry for not the cool angle saying too much of the car, but it is behind me. So basically today I'm gonna be explaining why I ended up trading my Subaru WRX for this Nissan 350Z. So first out, I start by saying, when I sold the Subaru, nothing was wrong with it. It was still a good car, but it was getting to the point where signs were starting to get shown that some things were going to be wrong and some issues needed to be addressed. And I had the Subaru, I had my WX for about 1.5 years. You guys saw the crazy transformation that car had in the previous video. If you did not see it, go check it out. It's pretty cool to see it bone stock to when I sold it. So basically, I had intentions for past couple months to just keep the Subaru through the winter for obvious reasons of the snow, and just come springtime decide if I want to keep it and buy a daily or sell it and just get a whole new car to build off of. And basically where I'm at right now is what a lot of car guys face, especially in my shoes being a high school student. I don't have unlimited money to go ahead and build my motor and all that crazy stuff that I'd love to do. I really didn't have the money for that. And it was my daily driver, so I didn't want to put the money into that. Basically, kind of the deciding point to sell the Subaru was, to me, it was perfect where it was. And there was nothing else I wanted to do to it, but I'm also a car guy. I love to modify my car. And a lot of people didn't really understand why I was getting rid of it. But I was planning to keep it throughout the winter and then decide from there. I didn't know for sure. One day I was scrolling through the Facebook Marketplace and this car happened to pop up. I just like scrolling through just for fun, looking for car parts and other things like that, good deals. And this happened to pop up and I clicked on it, and the guy who was selling it, I recognized him. He works at a local like supercar shop, and I only knew that from the pictures. And I clicked on his profile, and on Facebook it tells you how many friends in common you have, and he had like 15 friends that I knew. So anyhow, I was like, okay, well, screw this. I'll message him. He had the Z for sale, and he said he was open to trades, but was really, you know, like cash is king practically. But I messaged him. I started talking to him. I said, hey, I've got my WX here if you'd be interested in it. And we talked for about a week, and he said he'd be interested in kind of meeting up and just driving each other's cars and kind of see how we're feeling. And at this time, the car was exactly where it was in the final state. So it was dipped, and if you do not know from that last video, we dipped it ourselves. So it wasn't a perfect dip job. You could kind of see some silver on bad masking on our parts, but really that was the only thing, which is the dip wasn't in great condition, and the car did have pretty high mileage. Anyhow, we met up it was a Wednesday night. We test drove this first, and right when we test drove this, I was like, okay, there's no way he's gonna want to trade this. Like, this car's in excellent condition. And we test drove the Subaru, and he's like, man, I'm down if you are. So I gave it the night, and then the next morning, morning, we went and traded. So basically, I got this car on a straight trade. We traded titles and wrote a bill of sale, and that was it. No cash was involved, and that was really cool to me. That was the reason I was like, okay, well, let's do this. And once I kind of talk about it, you guys understand why I did this. I think it was pretty fair trade, all said and done. Basically, the night before, I filled the whole entire trunk full of stock parts, aftermarket parts I never got on, some other aftermarket parts, and just the paint that I use and all that stuff. So I gave him a whole trunk worth of stuff. He could easily go back and sell all that for around $1,000 right there. I also gave him the ESRs, which I have made a video on. Those were, to me, expensive wheels, and he can go back and sell those for a good amount of money as well. So it kind of made it more fair. But the main reasons I was thinking about getting rid of the Subaru was for a lot of reasons, actually. If you do not know, that car was my dream car. It really was. A WRX, you can ask any of my car friends, since about probably 7th grade, I wanted a WRX. Before that, I was only into the classic muscle stuff, and then I kind of got into the Japanese scene once, like TJ Hunt and Evan Chase and them started becoming on the map. Because around here, where I live, really there's not too big of an import scene. So anyhow, the WRX is the car I always wanted, and I wanted it so much that I'd take one that needed a little bit of work. So when I finally had enough money to buy one, I sold the Celica, and I saved up for just about 8 months or so, just saving up from working. Worked my tail off for what I thought at the time. I work a lot more than I even did now, back then, but at the time it felt like a lot, still going to school full time. And so I sold that, and I bought the Subaru. And when I bought it, I was just wanting a WRX super bad, so I really would have taken anything. And the car, when I got it, was really great. But the biggest issue with the car was when I bought it, it had 184,000 miles. And in the time when I sold it with 202,000 miles. For anybody that knows or has owned a WRX or know anything about that, 200,000 miles on a Subaru WRX, that's a lot of miles. Now, the motor did claim to be rebuilt at 100,000. He had paperwork, but it was just kind of belts were changed and stuff like that, so it wasn't really a brand new motor. So the car had 200,000 miles on it. The transmission had 200,000 miles. The turbo had 200,000 miles, and for the most part, I really never had any big issues with the car. There was one incident where a hose popped off, and it was like a coolant line, and that was it. That was the only issue I ever had with the car, so I was really lucky on that. But it was getting to the point where I knew issues were going to start arising. I changed the brakes one day, and I could see one of the boots were just leaking. I could tell my power steering was leaking, the transmission fluid was leaking, and the coolant was leaking. And instead of kind of just worrying about getting all that fixed, I kind of told myself, well, we're still in high school. Let's get another car to kind of enjoy through the last bit of my high school career. And I picked this. So I actually had a few cars in mind. I had a Pontiac GTO. That one kind of got ruled out fairly early just because insurance was way too high on that car. I was looking at the 2011 GTIs, so like the newer style GTIs. They're actually pretty affordable. And of course, being German cars, that was kind of iffy. And I was looking at the 350s. And what was the other car I was really looking at? I can't remember. There was another car I was looking at, and I can't remember what it was anymore. Oh, the S2000. That's what it was, the S2000. So I really basically ruled out most of the cars. And I actually ruled out this car for a time because it was a 2-seater and stuff like that. But like I said, this one popped up, so I just messaged him out of nowhere. I was like, well, we'll give it a shot. I wasn't planning to get rid of the car yet. And but yeah, we talked, and even Cole, because he went with me, he said, man, you're talking down the car. Well, this guy was super cool. I still see him every once in a while. People text me all the time seeing they see the car. So I told him everything. You know, I told him, like, there's a couple spots that are leaking, but it still drives fine. It's just I'm aware how Subarus are. There's a chance some issues might arise. And it just worked out for him that he was really in need of a 4-door, and he was wanting a WRX, and I really didn't need a 4-door. This is kind of like bringing back the Celica days because it's a 2-door. Small little sports car, but yeah, so that's basically why it happened. And when I tell everybody, always asks me, because I've actually owned this for about 2 months now. Yeah, about 2 to 3 months now. I'm finally getting back into YouTube since I got this new phone. Yeah, so this car is awesome. I've had a really good time with it so far. I've already got a lot of mods. You're actually sitting, like the tripod's sitting on probably the most expensive mod I'll ever buy for this car. Unfortunately, those can't go on until the spring, so I guess you know what those are. Yeah, so had the car for a few months now, and the biggest question is, do I regret selling the Subaru? Basically, what I tell people is I do not regret selling my Subaru, but I regret owning a Subaru. Around here, the Subaru community and everywhere, to me, the Subaru community is like no other community. I've kind of gotten into the Z community as well now. But it's nothing like the Subaru community. All my Subaru friends are still Subaru friends, and we still talk Subarus all the time. And basically what I tell everybody is I'm going to own another one day. I know that for a fact. I'm hoping to upgrade to an STI one day. But it was just that one alone just kind of got to the point where it had too many issues. And to me, any WRX they made is awesome. I love any WRX they made. So to me, it was... yes, I'm getting rid of that one, but I've always wanted like the 2013s or like the 2011s and above, or whatever I think it was 2011 when they put that natural wide body on it. And then the 2015s, I love those ones and above. So those ones I like even more than mine. It's just at the time, all I could afford was a Blob-Eye. And that was probably one of the best cars I've ever owned. I loved that car. I learned so much. I learned how to paint a car with that. But it just got to the point where it was perfect where I wanted it, and it was just going to be turning into more of a maintenance issue rather than anything. And I know from a lot of people's perspective, you're like, why would you do that? Like, that makes no sense. But for me, it makes a lot of sense. And a really good explanation also is Derek Barron. He has this crazy Mustang, it's called Blue, and he's been thinking about getting rid of it, and it's just exactly why I am. So hopefully you guys can understand that. I don't want to make this video super long explaining why, but yeah, so I definitely know I'm going to own another one, and it'll probably be an STI once I get out of college. I get my first real job. You better bet I'm going to get another one. But I kind of told myself, let's have some fun. Let's get something new. So like I said, this is the 03 350Z. This one has 120,000 miles on it. It is a touring model, so it has the black leather seats, the navigation. I'm not sure what else comes with touring, but those are the two I know of. So it's in really great shape. The biggest thing that made it more of an equal trade was that it is a rebuilt title. So if you don't know what a rebuilt title means, it basically means it was in an accident and it got claimed to insurance as totaled, and someone went back and fixed it. So it was a front end damage, and you can see where the damage is, and you can see why it's got those crappy eBay headlights. I hate them. Do not worry. I already have new headlights. I hate those headlights. I just think they're ugly. And for some reason, this was the HIDs. This had the OEM HIDs, and when the person, it wasn't the guy I bought it from, it was the guy before the guy I bought it from. He swapped out for these, they're halogens, so don't know why I had to buy a whole bunch of crap for it. Anyways, that's going to be coming. So like I said, this is just kind of explaining why, and this is the new car. This is my 03 350Z. A lot of videos are going to be coming for this car. Like I said, I already have 2 more recorded for this car on my phone, just waiting to get edited and uploaded. And I have like at least 4 more videos that I'm already planning to make with mods I already have, and more are coming because, you know, it's that time, right? So, like I said, it's probably not the most practical thing right now. I could barely get up my driveway earlier, and now it's all ice, so I actually really can't leave. My car is supposed to be on the other side of the garage, and this is the only one I could get into, so that's a little getting used to. It's got summer tires on it. I should probably upgrade to winter tires, but I just spent a lot of money on other car parts, so I'm not going to upgrade yet. I'm just going to suck it up until then. If I have to park outside, it's whatever. So, but yeah, this is my 2003 350Z. There's really nothing wrong with it I can talk about. Let's see, let me just pull this up. The door handle right there was broken, so that was something I had to replace, but that's the only thing I didn't do on video. But yeah, this is it. So I guess I'll do a brief walk around, just a very short one. Just kind of do a quick walk around of the car. Like I said, it's not going to be the full walk around. I'll do that at a later date. But you can see this is the new front bumper after the damage. Excuse me. And you can see these crappy eBay headlights. Those ones have condensation. This one doesn't. To some people that might look cool, especially with the eyelids, but I think they're super ugly. I don't like them at all. Tow hook. Those actually are decals he left on it, but I like them enough. I'm keeping them for right now until winter's over. Like I said, there's really nothing wrong with the car. It's really a great car. So, yeah, I mean, this is the new Z. You can see it is a 6-speed manual. I guess I should have mentioned that. You know me, I will never own an automatic if there was a manual option for it. So yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy the new car and are excited for some more content. The biggest regret I had with the Subaru was not filming enough, because I love going back and watching the old videos of the Celica and seeing everything I did. And unfortunately I can't do that with the Subaru because I just couldn't. I didn't have the storage, and I just didn't want to buy a new camera because, like I said, I only have a couple hundred subscribers, so it's not like it's my career. I still have another job, and I want to pay for car parts. But now that I got this new phone, it works really well, and it can hold a lot of storage. So, yeah, this is the 350Z. In a couple days, I'll be coming out with the first mod that's already on the car, but you can't see it. It's in the inside. And I've got another mod right there, and then I've got a whole bunch in my room. So don't worry, videos are coming, and I promise I've already got 2 films, so they're coming. But yeah, so this is it. One last glimpse. Hope you guys are excited, or as excited as I am about it. And let me know your thoughts in the description below. I know a lot of you guys were Subaru lovers, and I'm sorry. Trust me, it killed me selling that car. I had like an emotional withdrawal selling it, but went to a great owner, and I got a pretty cool car out of it. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Watch that previous video if you wanted to kind of see the full update or the full build on the Subaru. And I'll catch you guys in a couple days. Peace.